everyone, Tiffany Lakosky here from the Crush TV. You know, we've been shooting Rage broadheads since the inception of Rage broadheads.
Right, you know, since we met, basically every animal that we've taken has been with this broadhead.
Holy buckets is right. Look at the size of this deer.
Blades are intact, they're never broken. Gosh, look at that blood right there. Yes! And there he is, Mr. Pugsley. Yes! Since its inception, this has been the best-selling broadhead ever has been on the market. And there's a reason for that. You look at it, it's just such a simple design that works. And, you know, we all heard the term, you know, you can't make a better mousetrap. And that's the way I look at a Rage broadhead. It's like so many competitors go after the head and they try to make something that can perform like a Rage, and it's just like the mousetrap, you just can't do it. And when I look at this head, it's like, well, there's two things I can think of that I could make this better. And number one, I could put a heavier blade on there. And that's exactly what they've done with the Trypan. It's a .039 blade. It's basically as thick as the fixed heads. And number two, you could make this thing razor sharp.
And their engineers have figured that out. They have been diligently working on how to accomplish that so every broadhead is as sharp as it can possibly be.
But
oh yeah. I just smoked my target buck like absolute big wheel. Yes.
Right, they've come up with a double-sided leather strapping after sharpening it, and we've been doing testing, and that's what this apparatus sitting in here is called a BESS system. It's basically the standard that every knife company uses to measure sharpness, and we've been doing that. We've been testing these broadheads against scalpels and razor blades and razor knives and everything else, and I can promise you this thing is as sharp as a scalpel, and it's the sharpest blades that Rage has ever put on a broadhead.
And you know what that means? Bigger holes and shorter blood trails.
You know, Rage has been working for a couple of years on perfecting how to get the blades razor sharp on their heads. Now, they finally got that process mastered, and I just went online, I ordered some broadheads, and I just ordered some chisel tips because those are the first ones out this year. So I'm going to test this against you know, some scalpel type razor blades or whatever. And this apparatus right here, here's the packing slip, and I'll just grab a random package out of here and I'll cut it open and we'll take a head out. But this apparatus that's sitting in front of me is called a BESS system. And it's basically the way that the knife industry rates the sharpness or measures the sharpness of their knives or razors or scalpels or whatever. And so, like I said, Rage has been working hard to get their blades basically as sharp as they can possibly get them. They want them like as sharp as a scalpel. So I've got this brand new head I just pulled out of a package here, just opened it up and grabbed any one of them out of there. Then I have a Razor VX outdoor edge knife that they just sent me. It's brand new out of the package. I'm going to take one of the blades out of the package here and get a brand new blade on it. Okay, I'm just gonna take the one that's on it. It has a plastic piece on it. It's a brand new one. You can pull that off and take it out. And the way that you do this is you can open this little door up here and pinch it in there and get it on there tight. And now it has several ways you can do this. I mean, there's one like this that you can pull the line through, and it's basically almost like a fishing line. But on this one, I still feel like I can pull it tighter or looser or whatever. So, I mean, I think I can have some human influence on it. But there's also this bag that comes right from the maker of the BESS system here. It has all these clips in there, and these all have one of these threads across it, and like a fishing line type thing. And so I figured that these are probably going to be the most consistent. It has nothing to do with me. It's just, now it's just a machine doing that. So you take this, you put it in the slot on here, and let's get that lined up right through the center. Okay, so when you turn the scale on, it'll tear at 0. See, it's on 0 on there. And so what you do is you just push it down. So I'm not touching it. It's just a machine that does all of it for me. So I'll just push it down and make sure it hits. I want to make sure it hits right in the center of that string. I'll push it down. As soon as it cuts it, I'll stop it. And that's 0.172. So that is basically, and from hearing and talking to some of the people at Rage, and that is about pretty much standard for like a scalpel or a razor blade, like 0.16 something to 1.7, and that's what we got here, 172. So I'll lift that back up. And I'll pull that out. You can see it cut the line there. I'll take a new one out. Put a new one in. Put that on there. Let me lift that up all the way. It might take me a second here to get the blade out of that Rage. So take this here. I think this is the smallest. No, one size bigger. Okay, we got it. I'm going to pull that center screw out. And I'm just going to grab one of the blades and then take it and do that same basic setup with the blade. Okay, we'll get that nice and straight. Tighten that down. Make sure that's going to go down the center. Push that back all the way. Okay, looks like it's going to cut it. So I'll turn it off and power it back on again, because it'll hold the last number on there. You could tear it, but I was like shutting it off and just starting it over again. So there it is at 0, and we'll push it down on there. Okay, until it breaks. And that's 163. And so that's just telling you right there, I'm going to come and look at that, 163. And that is basically, if you take any scalpel, you take a brand new blade out of your outdoor edge type knives that are razor blade knives right here, you'll see that the blades on a Rage broadheads from 2024 going forward, every Rage broadhead, doesn't matter if it's the chisel tip, the tripans, whatever, every Rage broadhead across the board has the new sharpening process on it, and it's sharpened just the same way a razor blade would, and then it's double leather strapped on both sides, so there's no burrs, and this thing is razor sharp. And this will tell you right here. I mean, compared to, we've tried them with scalpels and all kinds of other things, and these are just right in that same sharpness range as these blades and scalpels, and it's the sharpest blades that Rage has ever made, they've ever had on a broadhead. So there it is. That shows you how we can claim that they have the sharpest broadheads they've ever had. And on the BESS system right here, you can see 0.163, basically the same as a new razor blade from an outdoor edge knife right there. So there you have it.